Hello dear viewers, time again for the news here on Rwanda Television with me, Sarah Shanhore. As always, we'll begin with the headlines. Oklahoma Christian University has celebrated 20 years of partnership with Rwanda. Health officials here in Rwanda have given assurances that there are no cases in the country of the latest strain of the Ebola virus outbreak that originated in the eastern DRC. And on the international scene, a coal mine gas explosion in China has killed at least 90 people, with others still missing. Now straight to the details. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. President Paul Kagame and the First Lady of Rwanda have joined the Oklahoma Christian University leadership and over 350 alumni and stakeholders for a gala dinner celebrating 20 years of partnership between the university and Rwanda. In his speech, Ivan Mbaraga, the executive director of OCU Rwanda, emphasized the importance of the gathering.
Tonight we gather not merely to celebrate a milestone. We gather here to honor a legacy. Your Excellency and the First Lady, your presence this evening carries profound meaning to all of us gathered in here. It reflects Rwanda's enduring belief in education as a foundation for transformation, leadership as a responsibility for service, and strategic partnerships as the instrument for national purpose and progress. We are deeply honored that you chose to be with us tonight. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years ago, a vision took root. What began as an education partnership became something greater. It became a bridge between nations, a platform for leadership, a journey through which hundreds of us Rwandans discovered not only opportunity, but purpose, confidence, and calling. And tonight, Rwanda itself is woven into this history and to this story. Because Rwanda chose to embrace the future built through education, built through leadership, and built through partnerships that choose to invest in people. And Oklahoma Christian University found a fertile ground here, not simply to establish programs, but to help shape leaders, and quietly, humbly, and faithfully every day, Oklahoma Christian University has done so. 20 years ago, opportunity was planted as a seed. Tonight, we sit beneath its shade. We see it in ministries being led. We see it in companies being built. We see it in classrooms that are transformed. We see it in communities being served. And perhaps most importantly, we see it in ourselves, the people.
John De Steiger, the Chancellor of Oklahoma Christian University, observed how the partnership between the university and Rwanda has grown over the decades.
Beginning with the presidential scholars, our partnership has grown to include the establishment of the OC Learning Center in Kigali, the expansion of online graduate and undergraduate programs, partnerships with organizations, institutions, and national leaders, and most importantly, students whose lives have been transformed through education, values, and community. Just this year alone, enrollment in Oklahoma Christian programs offered in Rwanda grew by over 60%, and we're not done there. That 60% is not just a statistic. That represents individuals, leaders, professionals, and future change makers who are investing in their education, but they're also investing in the future of their country. So why does this partnership between Rwanda and OC, why does it matter? It matters because education changes lives. It matters because our global partnership strengthens institutions. But most importantly, it matters because relationships built on trust can shape the future and we believe can shape the world. Over the last 20 years, our Rwandan OC partnership has contributed to expanding access for more Rwandans to a world-class education, supporting Rwanda's goals for human capital development, building bridges between cultures, perspectives, and people. And in doing so, something more important has happened. We have become family. And tonight, as we celebrate both the history and the future of this partnership, I'm excited to share another important step or two forward for OC in Rwanda. Pending final approval from the Rwanda Higher Education Council, Oklahoma Christian University will launch 3 new academic programs designed to align with Rwanda's continued growth, innovation, and workforce development priorities. The programs are, It's a Bachelor of Science in Business Leadership and Technology, a Master of Science in Systems Engineering, and a Master of Science in Project Management.
On his part, President Paul Kagame reiterated on the importance of a continued effort to ensure that the legacy of the partnership is passed on to future generations.
My deepest appreciation goes to you all for your support throughout the years. To the alumni community present tonight, keep on representing us well. If you ever need anything, do not shy away from asking. We are here for you. Don't forget that you still have a responsibility to mentor those that come after you. After all, the global network must be a national platform for opportunity creation. To all the sponsors, know that your contributions have shaped lives and we will be forever grateful for this.
His Excellency the President also observed that the effects of the partnership have rippled far beyond the boundaries of the university itself.
Because of the success of presidential scholars, more universities started extending scholarship opportunities to privately funded students. I am confident we are still on the right path, especially with the MBA program and the preparation of a new study abroad initiative. One of the most important legacies of this partnership is that Rwanda is now home to several world-class institutions. This aligns with our country's vision of becoming a regional hub for innovation. It means a lot to us that these universities are not only teaching Rwandans, but also students from across the continent. We often talk about Africa having an abundance of talent, but the conversation cannot end there. It is important to follow this with action and equip our young people with the knowledge and the skills to compete with the rest of the world. Only then will we be able to build lasting economic growth.
Now, earlier in the day, Rwanda's Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Claudette Irere, urged graduates of the Rwanda campus of Oklahoma Christian University to become outstanding individuals whose achievements will benefit other Rwandans. She also reminded them that they are entering a world filled with many challenges and that overcoming them will require commitment to the values of humanity and the Rwandan culture.
Oklahoma Christian University embodies a unique mission as a kingdom university dedicated to values-centered education and human flourishing. It instills in everyone the belief that one is indeed made for more. To be made for more means recognizing that success without service is incomplete. Your education equips you not only for personal advancement, but also for leadership, stewardship, innovation, and ethical influence. This is the standard of leadership that Rwanda needs as we embark on our ambitious and transformative journey. Our nation's ongoing transformation is intentional and rigorous. And as we embrace education reforms and navigate the complexities of technology, AI, and global entrepreneurship, our greatest asset remains our human capital. However, a competitive economy requires more than just skills. It demands educated citizens with exceptional character. Class of 2026, as you step into the next chapter, I challenge you to lead, build, serve, and protect your integrity. Continue to seek out challenges and create opportunities for others. The true measure of your education lies not in personal achievements, but in the positive impact you will have on yourselves, on your families, on your community, and on the nation at large.
Now, before we continue with this edition of the newsletters, first inform you that Prime Minister Justin Nsengiyumva has arrived in Cotonou, that's in Benin, to represent His Excellency President Paul Kagame at the inauguration ceremony of the President-elect Romuald Wadanyi. Now, as we noted in the headlines, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ivan Butera, has spoken to RBA on the latest Ebola outbreak in the region and Rwanda's measures in place to protect all within the country's borders from the scourge. He began by addressing the issue of whether or not any cases have been identified here in Rwanda.
In Rwanda, there's no Ebola case. Currently, we don't have a case of Ebola. However, we are prepared and we've put in place measures to prevent the spread of Ebola to be able to cross in the country. So we'll have seen that we've deployed measures of protection across our different borders. So these measures are for preventive reasons. There's intense screening and other methods of preparation to be able to prevent the cross of Ebola. So it's important that the country gets ready. And all measures have been put in place, be it in all our borders, but also in the health sector. All our health facilities, all our healthcare workers, and the entire system is in place and in sync to be able to prevent the spread of Ebola in Rwanda. So the different measures. Number one is to prevent that the case actually even happens. So because we know where the cases arise from, you've seen that we've put measures in place, including no entry in the country from people coming from zones that are affected by the outbreak. That's one, in the DRC. Number two, for Rwandans who might have been in those places, because the characteristic of the disease is that you start showing symptoms between 2 and 21 days. We've put in place measures that Rwandans who might have been in those areas, when they return to Rwanda, they'll be put in a quarantine for those days to be able to prevent that. That's one. But two, the health system has put in place infection prevention and control measures to be able to quickly prevent, detect, or respond, and if the case arises in that sense. Ebola is is a hemorrhagic fever. So you have classic symptoms that tells you that the person might have Ebola, and those are fever, severe headache, vomiting, general body weakness, diarrhea, and others. Those are the classic symptoms of Ebola. It's clear to mention and important to mention that Ebola doesn't spread in the air. For a person to acquire Ebola, you need to have been in contact with bodily fluids of an infected person. So that's where we put and we emphasize on measures of prevention, including hand washing. We urge Rwandans and people living in Rwanda to have very serious hand hygiene, so washing hands with clean water and soap, avoiding getting in contact with bodily fluids such as saliva, blood, vomiting, and others. These are the preventive and protective measures that people can put in place. But these measures generally, we say that measures that actually protects against many other diseases. So it should be a culture that we have as Rwandans and people living in Rwanda to be able to wash our hands with clean water and soap. So those are the measures that people should take. We're vigilant. There's no Ebola case in Rwanda. What we tell people here in Rwanda is to just go about their business, continue their lives normally, attend to their function, to work and to other events normally. We are just, heightening up a little bit our surveillance and vigilance, but everything is normal. We are in a normal situation. The country is just running normally as any other normal day. We're just heightening a little bit of the surveillance and vigilance.
Dr. Ivan Butera, speaking to RBA earlier, that's the Minister of State in the Ministry of Health. Now to sports matters. On Friday, a press conference was held here in Kigali as the postseason of this year's Basketball Africa League began. The Chief Executive Officer of NBA Africa, Claire Kamanzi, noted on the achievements of the latest BAL season.
As you know, we just concluded our conferences in Morocco and South Africa. We saw nearly 75,000 fans attend in both countries, and we've seen ticket sales double in both countries. We also have seen BAL games reach fans in more than 200 countries and territories, and have generated a 1,000% year-over-year growth, which is really remarkable on the BAL.NBA app. We've also seen a record 20 marketing partners join us on this journey of building this very unique sports property on the continent. But in addition to the games, we continue to see that the BAL continues to celebrate the convergence of basketball and African culture through music, fashion, lifestyle, and entertainment.
The president of FIBA Africa, Anibal Manave, spoke on the effects of the league on the continent as a whole.
We are developing an entire basketball ecosystem across the continent. Season after season, we are collectively investing in our products, investing in talent, investing in infrastructure, investing in visibility, and investing in the future of African basketball. And the results are visible. In just 6 seasons, the BAL has transformed the landscape of basketball in Africa. We have seen better organization of our national federations, higher quality standard, stronger competitiveness, and remarkable improvement in the level of our national team.
On his part, the Deputy NBA Commissioner, Mark Tatum, pointed out the rich history that exists between the association and Africa.
As you all know, the NBA and Africa have a long history on this continent, and those deep roots have really helped lay the foundation for the BAL. Over the last 6 seasons, we've seen incredible growth of the Basketball Africa League. We've seen record attendance and viewership and merchandise sales and social media engagement, all the different metrics that we want to see in a particular league. And building on that momentum, we think that we're at this great inflection point where now we're going to start entering into this phase of having franchises. So permanent teams in the largest African cities across the continent. And what that's going to do is that's going to unlock new opportunities for infrastructure development, fan development, commercial partnerships as well. So we're really excited about this next phase, and I think it's the growth of the BAL over the last 6 seasons that has gotten us to this point.
The president of the Basketball Africa League, Amadou Gallo Fall, commended the progress that has been made over the years in the league.
These fans, all of you who were there, from Club Africain, remind us, why we are incredibly excited about the journey and the product we are, building on the court. And, thanks to the teams for continuing to get better organized. We're supporting them to scout better, to identify talent. And, they are really doing their part. And then that's one thing that we see coaching also getting better, thanks to some of our programs in the off-season, where we send a number of coaches to intern in the Summer League in Las Vegas, continuing to lean on our partnership with FIBA, with the various coaching clinics and the referee clinics, our Elevate program that is continuing to showcase the elite young talent from across the continent.
Now, in today's segment of Foreigners Living in Rwanda and Rwandans Living Abroad, our colleague Enola Gladys sat down with Rwanda and Doug Mincy from the US, who have been living in Rwanda for the past 4 years. Through their organization, Hope Springs Africa, they are working to improve their lives lives in rural communities by expanding access to clean water, providing digital training to young people, and supporting community development initiatives. During the conversation, they also shared a message to the international community on the importance of understanding and preserving the history of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Take a look.
A very warm welcome to another segment of today, where we just get to explore into the lives, into the experience of people from other countries currently who found a home away from home, who found home in Rwanda from other countries. My name is Enola Gladys, as they said, and today I'm really delighted to be having a couple of 34 years who have been married for 34 years. Please help me welcome Rwanda Mincy and Doug Mincy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so you're the founders of the Hope Springs Africa, an organization that is really making impact into the rural communities of Rwanda. You have a renewal hub, you have a digital training program to the people in the rural areas. You're even helping them to be getting, access to clean water in the rural areas. What pushed you to do that in the first place?
Oh, wow. What pushed us to do it? It really began with a divine encounter with one little girl who we decided to help, and then it exploded. It went from her to her family, then a village, and then several villages. And from that was birthed Hope Springs Africa.
Yes, and how about you?
Well, it was certainly a divine encounter. And just being able to see the impact that we're having, not only on this particular family, but knowing that this family is the catalyst for the village, and not only the village, but for the entire cell.
Yes. Actually, when we talk about that you found home away from home, from your home countries, some people don't really get to understand or maybe get to listen to what you're trying to talk about. When we say about, or you say that, what do you mean, or maybe what do you feel when you came in Rwanda?
Oh, wow.
Well, I'd take that.
Okay, then
For me, it was very simple. Because I grew up in a rural area in the U.S. At a younger age. When I go out to the village in Rwanda, it just reminds me of my childhood. I see all innocent children, and I see hard-working individuals. So that, along with just the beauty of the country, the cleanliness, but more importantly, the people in the entire country, in Kigali and in the rural village, just so warm and welcoming, and that just encouraged us.
Yes. For me, it's the people, it's the place. The hills are incredible. How can you not fall in love with this place, with the soil, with the land, with you all? It is something that has marked me for life. For life. I have found my purpose here.
Yes.
And it's just being here. This is home for me.
Yes.
Even though I'm from the U.S., Rwanda is home for me, for sure.
Sure. Why did you choose digital training to the young people and also empowering some young women to be, better people in the future?
Well, I speak on the digital training. It's very simple. The closest way to close the poverty gap is through educational. And obviously, with education, it's important, and being able to have that available gives unlimited opportunities.
Yes. You've got the chance to visit the Kigali Genocide Memorial Site to get to know the Rwandan history from scratch. And now you even chose to be here. What message, what word, what's one word that you can say to the international community about the Rwandan history and also about the prosperity today?
I'll let you do
well,
that
for
first.
the Rwandan history, obviously it's a tragedy, but at the same time, it has demonstrated the resilience of the people, and for the world, being able to be here and bear witness to how the country has come back from such a tragedy. For me personally, it is encouraging, and I think anyone that comes to visit Rwanda, it will be as equally encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, I just think that it's such a tragedy that happened. And my question was, how could this happen?
Yes.
How could the world allow this to happen? But nonetheless, it did. But I am so encouraged to see how Rwandans are now united. We could learn so much from you all. And not only are you united, you are so resilient to have built back up, and you're still rising. And it just speaks to my heart in so many ways. So I would say that people stood by and let certain things happen, but look at the result now, that you guys are rising, and I'm just so proud to witness that.
Sure. Okay, thank you so much. Please let me just say welcome once again to Rwanda and just feel at home. Thank you so much. Until next time. Thank you so much to all our viewers. Let's just get another episode for the next week. Until next time. Thank you.
I hope you're having a great weekend. Now, I know Gladys will be with you for the next edition of the news, and I hope you will join her. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. Until next time, goodbye.